Hi everyone, it's Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. I'm an American expat living in Malaysia and I like to share my life and travels with you. Well, today I'm going to take you through the process of renewing your MM2H. It's not that hard, but I just want to fill you in on what you need to do. Sound interesting? Stay tuned. First of all, I want to fill you in. I got my MM2H in 2015, almost 10 years ago, so it's up for renewal now. Now, when I did it, the criteria was way different than it is now, sadly. But luckily, and I hope this never changes, my original terms are grandfathered in. So hopefully every time I have to renew, which is every 5 years now instead of 10 like before, I think it'll be grandfathered in. I hope so anyway. Now they've changed the rules so much that I'm not even sure if it's required that you use an agent for the renewal. But I really advise that you do. For instance, when you get all your paperwork together, your agent is going to tell you if everything's in order, and it's almost 100% guaranteed that it's going to be approved. If you do it on your own and make a mistake, oh, what a hassle that would be. Plus, it's just time-consuming to do it on your own. So I really recommend using an agent. And I use Domus in Penang. They are the best, in my opinion. However, they weren't my original agent. But my original agent has gone out of business. So you have to go down to the police department and file some sort of police report to show that they're out of business and you're trying to get a new agent. It's not a big deal. So I did that part last year when I got my new passport and had to move my visa from my old passport to my new passport. And I wanted an agent to do it. Now you can do that on your own, I know for sure. But, you might spend all day at Putrajaya. And who wants to do that? Plus, it's not that expensive to have them do that for you. I believe, including the fees, it was around 1,000 ringgit, or 250 US dollars. Anyway, since Domus had helped me transfer my driver's license from the United States to Malaysia years ago, I was so impressed with them then, and everyone has nothing but good things to say about them. I think they're the most professional. A funny thing happened to me during this process, and just to show you how on the ball Domus is, I had a question about which clinic I could go to get my health screening for the renewal. So I put it on this Expats in KL site, or no, I think it was the MM2H site. But anyway, I put my question out there and I got a lot of different answers. But gosh, the people from Domus must follow that site, and they answered me there. And they sort of said, Taylor, if you have a question, come to us. And I thought, well, yeah, but I didn't want to bother them. But that's what they're there for, really, and they do a fabulous job. So once I was in the system with Domus, they reminded me when it was time for renewal. And they sent me a checklist of what I needed to do before they could get started. So I'll put the checklist up here so you can see it, but I'll go over it. First, you have to get copies of your passport, copies of your visas, in both passports, old and new. And I got color copies, just to be safe, because I don't know, the bureaucracy in Malaysia, they can be really picky. Plus, it doesn't cost much more to get color copies. Then I had to show the latest entry into Malaysia stamp in my passport, get a copy of that. Well, mine's an old passport. Can you believe that? I haven't left Malaysia in over a year. Then you need two things from the bank. You need your bank lien letter, or the letter that shows your MM2H deposit. And you need your latest bank statement. And that shows also that the MM2H deposit's still there. And then you have to get a health checkup or screening. It was really not a big deal, but I'll go over that in a minute. So it took me a little while to get everything together because I don't have a printer at home and certainly not a color printer. So I went to Hock Choon. They have a little place upstairs from Hock Choon, my favorite little grocery store on Ampang. And I got the copies made there. You just send an email from your phone to them and they can print it out for you. Easy peasy. And like I said, anything that had color on it, I made sure it was a color copy. So that part was really easy. Well, it's all easy, really. But then I went to the bank to get what they needed there. And Domus sent me samples of what they needed from the bank. I'll put these up here. And that's very helpful because you just show that to the bank and then they know exactly what you need. However, I guess it wasn't clear to them. I don't know, it's kind of funny here. I think they have low-level people that are helping people that just walk in from the street. Although I have an account there. But every question I had, she had to get up and go ask her manager, I think. In fact, they told me, oh, you should just print these out and bring them in. I said, print them out? I don't have a printer. Can't you print them out? I have a Premier account. And so she had to go ask her manager about that. But yes, they could print them out, and they did. And then they put a stamp on everyone and sign it. The sample ones I showed you are not mine, and the relevant information of whoever's they were is blacked out. So I'm going to skip ahead here a bit because I just want to, again, emphasize the importance of using an agent. Because once I sent all my stuff to them, and I thought it was all right, they got back to me right away and said, oh, this isn't your lien letter. So I was like, oh no. But they said they had a good relationship with my bank, HSBC, in Penang. So they were able to go down there and take care of it for me and get the one they needed. That's above and beyond, if you ask me. But anyway, you can see if I did it on my own and submitted that, it would have been wrong. And then I would have had to go back and take care of it and then resubmit it. Oh, it's just not worth the hassle, if you ask me. As you know, I'm not perfectly healthy. I do have a heart issue, which is controlled perfectly with medication, but I'm always apprehensive about having health screenings. Well, aren't we all? Anyway, once I found out I could go to just about any clinic I wanted to, I went to one in my old building, Clinic Tirumala. It's on the first floor of my old building, M City, and it was really nice. I didn't have an appointment, I just went right in and they took me right away. The doctor was wonderful. She was educated in the US, so I highly recommend them. So I'll put a sample of the health screening checklist up here. But it's very basic. I don't know what I was worried about. First of all, they just ask you a bunch of questions. Like, have you ever had mental illness? I don't think so. Well, who knows? Some people might think I'm mentally ill. Tuberculosis? Nope. Epilepsy? Nope. Asthma? Nope. Hepatitis A or B? Nope. AIDS? Nope. Leprosy? Nope. And then they want to make sure you have all your senses, hearing, taste, smell, vision, that sort of thing. Really simple. So then the doctor simply did my blood pressure, my temperature, my heart rate, and that was it. So it was really easy, and I worried needlessly about it. And then the doctor has 4 choices to select for your level of health. He's not suffering from any disease and is healthy. He's not very healthy, but not suffering from any contagious diseases. He's not healthy and has contagious diseases. And not healthy at all and not likely to recover. That's probably the one you don't want. I got completely healthy, although I think that's a bit of a stretch. Okay, so after that I had all my paperwork together to send off to Penang and Domus. I could have put it in the mail, but I used DHL, and it was only like 6 ringgit, so no big deal. Domus received my paperwork the next day and got right back to me. But after they looked it over, like I said before, the bank lien letter was wrong, but they took care of that, which was wonderful. And once it was all complete and ready to be sent off, they sent me 2 forms I had to sign. One was a letter of intent for Domus to act on my behalf, and the other was authorization for payment to allow Domus to make the payments for me to the government. And then I would reimburse them. So once that's done, Domus sends the paperwork to Putrajaya. I think they said it was going to take 2 to 3 months. But I'm not worried. Like I said, when you use an agent, you really don't have to worry because they make sure everything is perfect before they send it in. So I don't think anybody needs to worry about having their renewal done. But like I said, it pays to use an agent. So what were the costs involved? Well, the copying I had done at Hoc Chun was 60 ringgit, which is a lot, but I think I had a lot of color copies too. And that's about $15. The health screening was 120 ringgit or $30. And Domus charges 5,000 ringgit to take care of it, which is about $1,200. And then there'll be the 500 ringgit per year that I'll have to pay for the visa. So that's an additional 2,500 ringgit for 5 years. So that's that. Now I can sit back and relax and wait for the approval. Plus, I don't have to pay 50% now and then 50% when it's completed. So I hope that was helpful to some of my viewers. I had no idea what it entailed, so I'd like to share that with you. If you enjoyed today's video or got anything out of it, please like and subscribe and check the notification bell too. That way you won't miss any of my future videos. Also, as you know, I have Buy Me a Coffee now. And since YouTube has really cut back on what they pay YouTubers, it's really nice to have the Buy Me a Coffee. I appreciate it so much. But that's all I have for today, everyone. You can see I have a different background today. I decided to do it from my den, which is practically my favorite room now. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and week ahead. And I'll see you next week. Talk to you later. Bye.